October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Guess what? We're back again. I should have done this last night, to be fair. But I went that hard in the gym. I did a double day. And those of you that know me personally will know that I used to do double days years ago. So I ran in the morning and did a leg session in the afternoon. I haven't done that for years. So I thought, okay, I'm getting older. Let me see if I've still got it. And yeah, I've still got it. I did it. But by the time I got home, nope. I wanted my bed. So hence this review coming out slightly later. It's been an interesting week in boxing. As is, boxing's never really boring, is it? There's always something going on. I'm going to cut to the chase. Hopefully you guys have listened to my latest podcast with Dillian White on a call with interesting conversation, enjoyable conversation. Love speaking to Dillian. So much character, so much depth. And obviously there's that Jamaican connection that we've got as well. Always makes conversations interesting. So we speak about him, we speak about his past, we speak about his childhood, etc. And we go into the fight that he's having with Moses Atauma. I mentioned to him that, you do know that they're going to be gunning for that uppercut. I did warn him that I was going to ask him that question a couple of seconds before I did. And he answered it accordingly. Go and have a listen and see what he says. It is 45 minutes. It will take your time up. So listen to it while you're, in the gym, on a walk, on a commute, cleaning the house, cooking some dinner. Something that you can blend in with your time. That's what I want you to do with these reviews, these podcasts. Just have them as a side-by-side tool. So you incorporate it into your day, And if you're a hardcore or fancy just listen to it on its own, then fine. But I tend to listen to podcasts or things like these when I'm doing something, usually when I'm running or out for a long walk. So yeah, and I'd like to say thank you for the feedback that I've had about the content. I really appreciate that. In fact, while we're here, let me go onto my channel and have a look at some of that feedback, because I have enjoyed, as you know, I reply to the comments anyway, but I've enjoyed the feedback that you guys have given me. And there was a couple of comments that stood out, to be fair. One second. I like this one actually. Going back to Sky Sports will remain in boxing. I think that was out a couple of days ago or a day ago. Gosh, I'm being rapid with these. Gorgaruga. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So if you're listening, please put how you pronounce it in there. I've always wondered that for years. You've been around for years, and I appreciate you listening to that. Great show. Your boxing ramblings, I love that word, are amongst the world's best. I really appreciate that. Ramblings, I suppose it is a bit of a ramble, but hey. Checking the Johnny Nelson episode now. Missed my radar earlier. Looks like that episode of Stephen King's The Mist is going to have to wait. Wow. And I'm a hardcore horror fan, so that means a lot. Red's ramblings sound catchy. I saw that old Stephen King The Mist movie years ago and gave the new series a try. So far it's pretty decent, better than the movie I think, so I'm going to have to go and have a look at that. So Redemption said this is a great concept for your video, different to others, great vibe, nice job. Had a few congratulations on the sponsorship as well. James has put bedroom vibes. I'll leave that one there, I don't know. 68 DG, welcome to you as well. I've seen you pop up a couple of times. I appreciate your comments. Boxers had the day in the sun, but it's likely over now. I cancelled my Sky Sports subscription last year due to the lack of quality shows. The format is fire. And we get some clappy hands as well, so I appreciate that. Let's have a look. See, yep, couple of comments in there. If you said, I got a shout out if he's been one of the regular ones as well. He doesn't mince his words. And this is a comment from If you said 9864. What I think happened was he was close to signing with DAZN. We're talking about Ben Shalom and Boxer now, going back to Boxer podcast. And they would have had the main UK promoters on one platform. Then someone from Bricktop side blocked that deal out. Blocked that deal to cut out Shalom completely. Allegedly, lol. His inexperience and poor communication is also showing. His fighters should be saying something is being announced soon, even though it isn't. But the fact that some of them are now saying they don't know what's happening is a bad look. Now, he's got a point there, and I do like that from Iffy. He just gets straight to the point. Tall guy 9425. Strange why DAZN didn't invite Boxer to their platform. They have a decent roster. DAZN have Salita, GBM, BKFC, but why not Boxer? Could Frank and Eddie have blocked the deal? I don't know, some collusion between Iffy and Tall Guy here. Think Ben might just have to ring up Channel 5. Interesting take there. Interesting take. So that was off the last one that we did, and we'll keep those comments on there. I really do appreciate the comments that come in from you guys. I enjoy reading them. I like the sarcasm, I like the banter, I like the seriousness in them as well. I think that, like I said, and I've always said it, we have got the best subscribers. Our boxing family is growing very, very nicely. Going back to Sky, I think this is a perfect point to start off with now that I've rambled on for 7 minutes or so. Joshua Buatsi, the first fighter to exit Boxer. I think Boxing Beats and Rhymes put it quite aptly. Is this the exodus? Is this the exit plan? Is this the first of many? Am I speculating? He was at the end of his deal, so what? These things happen. Was it the end of his deal at the right time, you say? So yeah, Joshua Buatsi signed now with his third promoter, Queensberry, who have accepted him with open arms. I did something on Instagram and Twitter about this a while ago now, because I'd heard rumours. I think that when Lawrence Sokoli went, I heard that Joshua Buatsi was going to go as well. Shout out Senna. But it was quickly dismissed. I think Buatsi put up a picture with Ben Shalom on social media saying, I ain't going anywhere, blah blah, and I thought, yeah, okay, I believe you, not. And then it's evident how many months later that yes, he has in fact signed with Queensberry. A good move, yes, because we just don't know what on earth is happening with Boxer. Part of me feels a bit bad for Boxer though, because they've given quite a few fighters, they've paid a lot of money to the fighters to get them to sign up with them. You could say rookie mistake, bad budgeting, you can say all the negative stuff, but they tried their hardest to overpay or pay a lot of money. Overpaying's a bit disrespectful, isn't it? They paid a lot of money over the regular odds to get a lot of fighters on their stable. And in some cases, you know, that may backfire. It's backfired with Buatsi. I heard that he was paid quite handsomely. He said that he was compensated quite handsomely to take the deal. How many fights did he have with Boxer? Was it 2? 3? I can't remember the exact amount. I don't think it was more than 4. And that's it. He jumped ship and he goes over to Queensberry. This is business, you could say. Yeah, it is. It's cold-hearted business. The fighters have to be selfish. They've got to look after themselves. They've got to get the most money for their value. They are, in fact, their own product. So when they sell themselves or when they advertise themselves, they've got to make sure that they're compensated for the dangerous sport that we all know boxing is. We're no strangers to see what can happen to fighters. You could say albeit on a minimal scale, it still happens and it's still a dangerous sport. So yep, fighters are taking matter into their own hands. You could go back to when Barry Hearn made that comment, which was distasteful, but his words were, and I'll put it in the correct format, is we used to control the fighters. Now it's the fighters that control us. And it's a changing market. The fighters are looking out for themselves, and yeah, so they should. I have heard that Frank Warren pays his fighters handsomely as well, so I think he'll be in comfortable hands with Frank Warren. But one thing I do know about Frank Warren, there won't be no easy fights for him. He'll put him into tough fights, good fights, because at the end of the day, the advertisement for Joshua Buatsi, which he said himself, is he wants to work his way to become a world champion. Frank Warren, we know, is astute and strategic, how he places his fighters on the ranking chessboard. Clever. Look at where his fighters are ranked. Look how when they go to him, their rankings become apparent, visible, high. So yes, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to putting him in a place to get a world title fight, 100%, he's definitely in the right place. However, we do know that his coach, he was supposed to fight Bivol, and I still think he should have took that fight. I always go back, and you can say, oh, you're going back over old ground. Craig Richards put up a good account against Dimitri Bivol. You can credit Craig Richards for his boxing ability, but just not believing in himself enough. Or you can discredit Bivol and say, well, he probably just overlooked Craig and didn't do his research and therefore probably didn't expect all of that from Craig. You can see it in the post-fight interview. Go back to the post-fight interview of Dimitri Bivol with Craig Richards and go and look at that yourself. Make your own mind up. So I always thought that Buatsi should have fought Dimitri Bivol. There's no shame in having a loss on your record, which he has now got with Callum Simpson. A beautiful fight, such a fantastic fight. A fight almost like Bivol Beterbiev won. You're guaranteed to watch it again. So now, what does Buatsi do? How will he hold his place or obtain his place, get a decent ranking? And I'm saying this because I haven't looked where he's ranked, so forgive me on lack of research. You can do that yourselves. I might even copy and paste a link for you to see where he is in the video description. The Anthony Yarde fight, we've all been talking about that for 8 million years. That's what it feels like, a forever conversation. But Yarde has got bigger fish to fry, because obviously he's going in against the monster himself, David Benavidez. Anthony Yarde not scared to step up, not scared to take a risk, not scared to go on the international stage, and I have nothing but respect for Anthony Yarde in taking that fight. So we'll see what happens with Buatsi. I do see tougher fights, better fights, him climbing the rankings and getting to where he should be. I've heard so many good things about Joshua Buatsi off camera, on his skill, on the sparring that they've seen him do. I wonder what he's going to do for his training situation. I believe that he needs a trainer that will push him to tap back into that aggression that he's got. I've said it before, those of you that know me, I always used to call Buatsi the surgeon. That was my name for him 3-4 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, because of his technical ability, how he'd seek and destroy, how he'd almost look for the target on his opponent, the way he'd dip and crawl forward like a predator. And he was accurate, his timing. That was the Buatsi that I remember. So onwards and upwards for Joshua Sena Buatsi. I wish him all the best. Can't wait to speak to him again. I'm a huge fan of his. Such a gentleman. And I'm genuinely happy for him. But we can't talk about new signings and not mention Brad Ray. Now, I'm happy about Brad Ray signing with Queensberry. Yes, this is going to be shorter lived. Buatsi will get more of a conversation out of me because I've spoke to him several times on camera. Brad Ray, 1 or 2. But I believe he deserves that signing. He's gone up to light heavyweight. So there's going to be some good fights for him to be in as well. Close, brutal fight that he had with Shakan Pitters, courtesy of GBM a few months ago. Obviously stood him in good stead. Brad Ray, you could say, arguably, was a former boxer fighter. Another one. There's a pattern here, guys. Join the dots. But yeah, he's now been given an opportunity on Queensberry, you know, a great UK platform, as is Matchroom, and we're going to come on to Matchroom soon. So yeah, really happy for Brad Ray. Exciting times ahead, and I wish him all the best as well. A signing that, like I said, slightly confused me, but I'm going to get to the bottom of that, is Tony Yoka. I'm not going to go into too much, but I will be having, hopefully soon, she says, trying to arrange, let's put it that way, because if it flops it looks like I'm lying. I'm in the process of arranging a online conversation with Tony Yoka. Probably be video format, so you'll get to see the both of us online. I might even do it as a live format, liaising with his coach Don Charles, but he's out of the country at the moment, hence the reason why this will potentially be done online. So yeah, looking forward to that. So obviously Brad Ray, Tony Yoka, Joshua Buatsi, all new signings, and then they've announced, and this is still with Queensberry, that they've got their press conference in Scotland Tuesday, August the 5th. Free and open to the public. So if you're in Scotland, go and, you know, it's a 6 weeks holidays. If you've got any time off, go to the press conference. It's a great atmosphere to be in. You never know who you're going to see. If you're a fan, get some pictures with the fighters, etc. So yeah, head up to that. So yeah, Queensberry have been busy. They've obviously got the 16th coming up. Then the week after, the 23rd, I'll be going to that one in Altrincham. That's up Manchester. So I'll be covering media for that. But we can't talk boxing and not talk Matchroom. Hopefully I will be getting Frank Smith on next week to have a catch up. They've announced their schedule and I really like that. I like to see schedules because guess what? You can put the dates in your diary and you can plan around the fights. I love that professionalism, so we know what's going on when. Matchroom, A1 for this. So September the 6th, they've got 2 shows. McCormack, Para in the UK, and one in Mexico with Nunes and Diaz. September the 13th, obviously we've mentioned that, Ireland, Crocodonovan 2. October the 11th in Sheffield, Alan Makhmudov confirmed. October 17th, UK, I believe this one's at the York Hall. I like this, York Hall's such a beautifully intimate boxing space, and that's for Conway. Kieran Conway and George Liddard. So save the dates, guys. I like the fact that they put that schedule up so we can see where everything is. They've announced Dickinson and Troy Williamson on the undercard, and that's going to be in Sunderland. We also know that Leo Atang, Sandy Ryan, Tia Ayton are also going to be on that Sunderland card. So that's September the 6th in Sunderland. I'll be doing a live watch along for that. I like that card. I'm gutted. As you know, I get on really well with Sandy Ryan. Leo Atang forming a good, interviewer-fighter relationship there, as with Tia Ayton as well. The two young signings, the two 18-year-olds, the two that have got stoppages on their pro debuts. Excited is an understatement for those two guys. Yes, it's so early, but I feel happy to be able to invest that excitement in fighters. When you see something fresh coming on the scene, you're like, what is the potential? Because we don't know. But I'm really happy that those two fighters are out again soon. Dave Allen and Makhmudov. Makhmudov, as you know, is just quite a heavy guy, isn't he? Allen, the better boxer. Could be a slugfest. Could be a knockout. Could be a dangerous fight for Allen. But I think it was it Ajit Kabayel that silenced everyone on Makhmudov? If my memory serves me right. Ajit Kabayel that lurks around in the background. Some good stuff. But yet again, we go back to, I think Terry Harper was on Twitter announcing that she's signed with Most Valuable Promotions. Yet again, another one. Albeit Terry was a Matchroom fighter, was on loan to GBM, and has now been signed by Most Valuable Promotions. We were talking about that the other day. I think her and Caroline Dubois have been having a bit of to and fro, and I'm a massive Caroline Dubois fan, and I like the way that she's calling out fighters because she wants to fight. Let's give her credit for that. However, she's got to have a serious conversation with her promoter and find out what the hell is going on, because it's brilliant calling fighters out, but where's your promoter? Are you still owned by Boxer, or will you eventually drift off over to MVP as the rest of them? I don't know. So serious conversations are to be had. I was supposed to go and see Tyler Denny, but I think he's had like a dental appointment, so that didn't happen. So to keep you guys in the loop as I like to, Frank Smith I should get on this week. Hopefully Frank Warren this week, I said. Next week. We're only on Saturday. Next week, Frank Smith. Hopefully Frank Warren. Frank Warren will be pre-recorded. I'd like to have Frank Warren as a podcast, to be fair. Frank Smith will more than likely be alive because we can get that interaction with you guys, so keep your notifications on. It will more than likely be in the daytime, even though I can't confirm that yet. But get your notifications on so you can get involved in the chat. The only thing I ask is that you keep the chat respectful, because it takes a lot for these guests to come on a live show. And I don't censor comments either, but I'm not shy to press the ban button if people get disrespectful. Tuesday, I will be down in Don Charles's gym, so I'll be getting content there. I doubt if the content will be out on the same day. It'll be filtered out across the week, and if we get any more boxing news, I'll be doing another review. So that's my plan for the next week or so. Those conversations might filter out into the week after, just so we've got steady content and not blocked content. I'd rather release content every day than release 5 videos in one day and then not do anything for 2 weeks, if that makes sense. If it's urgent, I'll put it out. If it's not, it will be staggered. But like I said, keep your notifications on so you're aware of what's happening. The week after, let's have a look at the calendar. I want to make sure, keep you guys up to date. Trying to find the it's great, this is, you know, when you're on your laptop and you want to use it for certain things and then you're trying to find other stuff and you can't find them. Right, here we go. So it's the 2nd of August today, blah blah blah. Next week, right, the week after, as I thought, is Moses Atauma versus Dillian White. It is the ES Sports card out in Saudi. What I'm gonna do is potentially just do some reviews, you know, when they have if they do it, the start the media week from the Monday, I'll be doing daily reviews on that on YouTube, probably, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so every day. So we've got that whole fight week covered. I want you guys to get involved. I want to hear what you thought of the grand arrivals. If they're doing it that way, I don't know what the format is because this is ES Sport. This is not Riyadh season per se. So I want your feedback. I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. I want us to deep dive. You know what we're like as fans. We like to look at the fighters. Oh, he was walking like he was a bit nervous. He was a bit twitchy or whatever. Let's have those debates. So I expect you guys to get involved. There may be reviews, and then one of them might be, we might do a live straight after. So as soon as the press conference or weigh-in finishes, we'll go live. So we'll mix it up this week, keep the content coming for you guys, keep you guys fully involved as well. Yeah, and I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to discuss. It was mainly about Joshua Buatsi today, but we covered some other events. I've let you know what content you should be getting from me, and these are all alleged content until they actually come through. I'm telling you my plans, but as you know, in boxing things can change. It's literally just moving objects everywhere all the time, but I will endeavor to fulfill my content needs for you guys, and obviously for myself, because it's a learning experience for myself as well. I enjoy speaking to the guests. I enjoy getting to know them. I enjoy finding things out about them that maybe they don't usually talk about. I like to do things a little bit different. So I appreciate those of you that keep coming back. I cannot thank you enough that you keep coming back. You comment. Not everyone comments, but you like, you show up, or even if you just watch. I appreciate every single one of you. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to get off, but I will say shout out to my sponsors once again: Security Alert UK, SA UK, Maximum Security, Minimum Fuss, and you know what we do at October Red. Come on guys, it's like procedure now. Have a fabulous weekend. Look after yourselves, speak to you soon, and obviously, stay ready.
October Red is sponsored by SA Security, Maximum Security, Minimum Fuss.